Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are going with Mono Blue that actually managed to score 6 wins in a row from the, Wizards decklist. So we have a long way to go. We can bounce something, so this is kinda okay for us. I think, well, this will be awkward. I could bounce the Manifold Mouse, but I think it's better if we see if they pump. Man, if they pump it right now for maximum damage, yeah, I think they're excited to win the game. We don't need to react right now. We don't need to react. This might get them to pump it even more. Yep, go for it. Go for it. What's the worst that can happen? By the way, just to make it clear, we play 3 lands and this is 19 damage with trample. And that's great. I see no issues here. Let's bounce it and show our opponent how not to play Magic. That's why you don't pump all into open mana. Yep, they can replay it. And let's see if that even mattered, because we don't have removal in Mono Blue too much. This is kinda our removal, so this will be an uphill battle. This is a really good one. Man, if we can set it up, we can take over the game. So I will make a stop here. We'll decide how we play it right now. Because on the next turn, oh, this will be so scary. They can draw 3 cards because they're an aggro deck, so they get access to all the powers, basically. This is so obnoxiously bad for us. We're at 17, so maybe we can... I think this Greatshark needs to do some crazy work. So, okay, I think I have the game plan. And we go like this, so we prevent the double strike. And I think they will replay it on the next turn into the Greatshark, and then they are fully tapped, and then we can kill it. Swift Spear was not in my calculation. By the way, they butchered their game plan as much as humanly possible to the point of absolute oblivion. As you can see, if you don't draw removal, it might not matter at all. So let's go with the Fountainport, I think. And let's prepare with the Shark, because oh boy, this might be our only hope. And I want to see them fully tapped. I think they will offspring this. Bro, we are playing them like a fiddle. We know everything they will do. We make every play so they cannot do the thing. And let's see if that all matters. Because we actually don't have removal. I mean, we have kinda a bit of removal, right? So how we can play this? This is only instant and sorcery. By the way, this card is better than you think. But how do we do it? Do it. I think we just chill here, because every turn we can make more creatures. This is scary. We cannot be too passive, but we still have counterplay. If we can catch another creature with this... Bro, we are playing them as hard as humanly possible. Can we start this with killing Mono Red? Man, that would be absolute perfection. Bro, you will love this play. Will you? They can block only 1. I might still die. I think I will go like this. No, this will be better. This will actually be better. Alright guys, you will love this play so much you don't even know this yet. I have 7 mana. Okay, we are winning this game with style, man. Oh, we will get them so hard. Yep. What's the worst that can happen, right? You're just swinging all. You will win. I believe in you. Yes, more damage. Just hit face with everything. What's the worst that can happen? And the turn. See? Oh, yes. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Alright, going first, we have the Djinn. We will see. Oh, this is so wonky. I really like Marang in this hand. This will fix so many problems. Man, maybe I love this card, man. I remember this in paper like so much time ago. Like, bro, so much time ago. Let's go for this one. This should fix our opening a little bit. Maybe this one will be one of the games where we go with Rebuke, but we'll see. If they kill it, I'm actually super happy with it. I cannot. Okay, let's go with this. I'm sorry. I have to choose, and this is something I will try to play actively. You only need 10 mana to, protect it, so that's a good thing. I love it. We already got the value from the Overlord. So we basically got a free card here. So this might be Ores of Control. We'll see what type of Ores of Control. It could be like Ketramo's Exile Control, but I didn't see any cards that would suggest it so far. Loran is fine. Okay, I think we chill and go Marang. Oh, with okay. Curiosity is huge. This is huge. I think I have a cool playing pattern. First, we will punish them for being passive. Then on the next turn, they will play something to not, see the same situation again. And then we punish them for being active. I think this is really cool, man. Like, this actually will help us so much. Alright, we need to hit a land. We didn't. Yeah, I think this is the card we actually don't need for this matchup. We actually missed the land. That's not great. No, man, I could go for the treasure map or the memory. This can hit a land. Right, I still have a counter spell for 1 mana, so this might be enough. 5 drops are pretty powerful in Orzhov. It could be Elspeth or Ashik or something. I really hope I can draw a land. Alright, thank you. This is huge. Alright, and now we have something to bounce with this town, Kirin. Not what I expected, to be honest. And not really something I want to counterspell. That's fine. If they play Lord, this is actually good for us. They also played it way too early. But now we know we don't want to go for the treasure map. Maybe we go with Djinn? No, they will just remove it. So what is the play? Countering? Sorry, I needed to think about this one, because we cannot go for Curiosity, so I think this was a worthwhile risk to kinda go around their Loran play, because they want to play this, that's why they bounced it, and that means this might get messy for them a little bit. And it seems it's working so far. Please don't kill it. They have priority on 2 mana. Okay. Man, I think we're doing decent so far. Oh, I want to play this, but it's too early. I'm still not sure if they can counter it or not. Okay, they can force a card with Loran, which is not good for us. I can start hitting their face, but they might right send. I think they might have right send. And we can play Curiosity at the end step, so we are not suffering too much from not doing stuff. And as you can see, this was kinda important. I think this is just Denial. We go for 1 mana, that also means we can go for the cat. Right? They cannot pay. Okay, I got scared for a second that I miscounted and something gave mana. Alright, this is huge. So they cannot re-attack, and now I can play Curiosity and make sure that I can start doing cards with them. This is where they're starting to lose super hard. Oh, land from the top is great. It's too early, guys. This is 6 mana, come on. They can double block and it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, we can just full swing here. Cards are insanely important here. Yep, I can even bounce one of them if I care. But I don't think I actually care. We want, basically control over the game more than anything. And this is still here after it dies, which... I mean, why not, right? And now we got an extra card. Now we will keep getting extra cards every turn. And that means more counter spells. Okay, I will do it on the next turn. I promise, we will do it on the next turn, guys. But this is where we are going with treasure map. I think it's way better. Now they don't have Loran, and they wish they had. That's why we didn't play it earlier when they are trying to hit Proft. Oh, this is super mean. Like, actually mean. Okay, I think I know how we play around it. So first, we go for this. We get the maximum value. I like lands. I actually like lands. Now we bounce this and the cat, because that means we can play the cat as the creature. They only got the map token and the card is fully wasted. Preacher. Counter spell. Bruh, that's how you have control over the game. Man, we are playing them very nicely. And now I think they are out of options. Okay, like, I mean, Arcanis, if anything, you have seen Arcanis the Omnipotent in the game, right? So, yeah. Maybe they have to kill Djinn first. So maybe we can draw cards, please? I want to draw with it. I want to draw 3 cards. Okay, you got your choice. And you know what is the correct choice? Sacrifice a win con that kills them. That? No. And this is why you don't see Arcanis too much in Standard. They're 1 and 2 drop, just kill it. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Alright, so what will we do? We will definitely go for the treasure map and chill, because we have both time stop and curiosity. And guys, at least you know I really tried. I tried to showcase you the coolest magic out there. And you've seen the glimpse of it, but it's very, very hard in current standard. Let's take the hit. That's a lot. So basically I will try to play curiosity. They know about the card. Something important. They have momentum breaker and fortress. This is actually super fine for us. I mean, I don't care about it. They can probably bounce it in some way, but so far they don't have any value and I have to counter spells. This could be a Kirin. And they have 1. Okay, so how do you work? The problem is that if they trigger the triggers correctly, we will be in some huge trouble. Sorry, I need to think. So I think they have Cloud Kirin, whatever, I don't know the full name. And when we play Curiosity, they will answer with it. Bounce it. No, this has to be in the board so they get the full value. Okay, I will try because I have a counter spell. I need this to get discount on Denial. If they answer now, we are cooked. If they answer now, we are okay. Okay, man, that was nerve-wracking. Because we need this in the board. See? I predicted it. I completely predicted it. Perfect. So now I get the discount, right? This is for power, which means I can force them to pay 2 and still have time stop because I counted perfectly. Oh man, this will be a good win. This will be a good win. Whatever they will do, it doesn't matter because we have time stop, which is counterspell against literally every card in the game. I think, maybe, hopefully, more or less. Even if they activate this, that's fine. Non-land, right? Yep. I could time stop this. But it doesn't matter. If they attack, they go to 3. Yep. What the play, bro? Yep, that's what I thought. Swing. That's how we do it. And of course we have a counter spell. Oh man, that was hard earned. Alright, this is a good opening because we are on the play with 2 mana counter spell. That actually feels super great. Alright, Omniscience. Omniscience should have a very rough matchup against us because we run counter spells. But this could be a control. Control will probably have a bit better matchup. We have some counter spells, but not as many as some of the blue. Well, it depends on the build, right? Alright. I will have to sneak Marang. Like this is something we absolutely need to resolve. I believe we have 2. Yeah, this feels like a Azor's control. Like a normal control deck. So this might get messy, guys. We might also trade Marangs because they probably play more than us. Ghost Vacuum is fine. This shouldn't really affect us in any way. So now I think they have a counter spell. If we play this, it will get countered. So I think we chill 1 more turn. Our opponent is super meticulous about not tapping too much mana. And I think we need to start with Greatshark. They have some artifacts as you can see, but it shouldn't matter too much. So this is a bait. This is a card that should not matter too much. If they counter it, I'm super happy with it. Alright, that's good. Unfortunately, I hoped for a different counter spell. So now we go with the Djinn. They still have something. Alright, but now we have the discount for Denial. So I think it's actually pretty decent. There was no Get Lost at Dance Step, which is really good for us. And this Djinn does not depend upon the graveyard and instant and sorcerers, so the vacuum is not really useful. Alright, and now we are getting to the good stuff. I think we still need a lot of mana. It also pumps the damage, right? Here we go. And now the question, do we want to protect it? I'm not sure what the answer is. I think I will go for pay 3. Because it's not super crazy expensive and it will force more pressure. Generally you don't want to make those plays because you trade counter spells for removal and removal is not amazing in this matchup, so this is right send probably. Yep. So I can go all in on protection. And I think at this... man, this is not a good game plan. But other than this, we might be in some serious trouble. Bro, they have so much removal probably. Right, this is a big question. Do we want to? The problem is that we counter it. Sure, we deal 7 damage, then they untap and cast Get Lost and we are out. And we have nothing. They might play Jace as well. I think we have to go for this and try to find a new game plan. This is guaranteed to hit. Okay, those are some good cards. The Rebuke is not relevant here. So I could protect it, but I think it's a losing line of play. And drawing new ways to play the game could be how we win. Alright. Unfortunately, it actually affects us a little bit with the single crab that we have. So that's a little bit annoying. More than I expected. Alright, this is a good draw. This is a card that, you know, does something and instantly redraws itself. It also puts some pressure to maybe counter it. So I'm pretty happy with this one. Oh, okay. So I think we chill with some counter spells. We actually have decent control over the game. And then we'll try to play this. Here it is. Exactly what we had feared. I think this is a good moment to counter spell. Because they are fully tapped and we know that we can get this value. Like, guaranteed. Fleshcrafter won't be useful for this game, probably. Land is okay. I think we need to feed the beast. Basically. Yep, they can yoink it instantly. But it actually is a 0/0 stat creature. So it's not like we will get crazy value of this. Let's see. This is the moment when they can play something scary. As you can see, it is something scary. A really scary thing, to be honest. I really hoped for like a Jace or something. So we play the land. We can go for this. But we cannot protect it. We could go for the Overlord, which is better. Yeah, I think the Overlord is the play, and we play the real one. We also put some counters on this, so it will be harder to remove than normally. So I like this play, I think this is decent. Not sure if that will be enough to win, but it's decent. We won't go with more lands. Let's go to combat phase, put some counters. I mean, 7/5 flyer is not nothing. The problem is that they probably have many ways to kill it. Exile a card, sure. I think we kinda need to assume that we'll just hardcast Crab for full cost. Never something you want to do. And we're... oh, right. I forgot that it's actually this easy. And we cannot counter it, because we can only counter spells. I kinda forgot that Elspeth also solves this, so that's really good for our opponent, obviously, and not very good for us. We can try to kill those creatures one at a time. I think this is what we have to do. And they probably won't do anything, so we might do it as well right now. Like, they will probably pass the turn after this. So this way we can at least get maybe extra value. They kinda know what's up. Alright, this was just a counter spell, so this means they probably have more interaction. They know that the only thing they care about is protecting Elspeth. We can go for the crab on the next turn. We could also go for this, but it's not amazing here. The tokens are super annoying, but I think we can solve them over time. Because in the end it's just 1/1s. This vacuum will be annoying. Like, they will get those creatures and they can copy the Overlord. So definitely a bit of an issue for future. Yep, 2 tokens. Easy.
Join the fight.
I think we're in decent spot. Our opponent has 2 cards and we need to kinda punish it. I hope one of them is not Marang. Because on the next turn we can kinda go for Elspeth already. And we have Spectral Denial to force them to pay a little bit. I would love to have more land so I can Fear of Impostor. Let's go for this, so they cannot protect Elspeth. And this gets the discount even if the creature is tapped, so that's kinda important. Alright, let's go. Can we solve... if we can solve Elspeth, that would be great. They have Anchorage, which is not super amazing. But it's a start. Oh, they have it. I don't have a way to remove it, unfortunately. I actually don't have a way to remove it. Or counter it, or do anything. We still get a land, so that's something. That is something. They can -3 Elspeth again. So what is the play? This is destroy target creature 3 mana or greater. 3 mana or greater, so it can also hit Arcanis. I think we just go with Greatshark and potentially Fear. Man, this will be an interesting game. I think we have a way to win this game. This is obviously like your ultimate win con, but it's so hard to set up. Yep, you got it. That also means no tokens on this turn, but they can use the Ghost Vacuum. I'm not sure if that was an instant, or you need it as a sorcery. Activate only as a sorcery. Important. We don't play creatures because now we want to ambush them. If we can. If we can. Elspeth is their lifeline, I wanted to say. Let's go with the Greatshark because it deals more damage. I guess they still have the Anchorage. A little bit of a problem. So I could go Fear of Impostors and just have 2 big creatures. And they're going for this one. I think this is a hard counter spell for us. I think this is in 2 modes, right? Yeah, they need those cards. You know what? This is better, but this will give them the Dread. Dread is actually kinda good. Let's go for this. I really hope they don't have another counter spell. If they have, we will be in some huge trouble. Please, no more counter spell. Alright, good. If the Greatshark goes through, we can counter on the next turn. No get lost. And we got it, because when we kill Elspeth, they won't have anything. I think we counter it, because it's quite a lot of value. And I want to keep up with the tempo. I think this is a decent play overall. Alright, and Kaito is honestly one of the best draws we could get here. Let's make a ninja. Then we can start stacking some loyalty, and this might be a problem. If you don't know, every time a creature deals combat damage to a player, this gets a free loyalty counter, and you can +1, so you can make a creature unblockable. So this is a pretty good deal, you know? Alright, they went for a Hopeless Nightmare, probably a very good choice. And I mean, let's go. To be absolutely honest...
Follow me, Pam Pam Chan.
Follow me, Pam Pam Chan. Alright, to be absolutely honest, we have many ways to play this, but I think we just attack. We could also just normally attack and allow them to block. It would be good for us if they block, to be honest. But I think we just chill with some counter spells. Hopefully that will create enough pressure and we have more creatures so Kaito gets better. But we'll see, we'll see. We have control over this game with Fear of Impostors, card that is not very known, but it actually can be very scary in the right situation. Like, it's a counter spell on top of 3 mana 3/2, so very aggressive. Alright, they cannot kill Kaito with this. And you actually don't always want to counter a spell, because your opponent will get a 2/2. It could be a good creature as well. So, you know, beware. So this deals more damage, and Fish is more efficient. Because we can start stacking loyalty. You know what? I think this is better. Simply because we have more control over the game. And that also means that we have more counterspell. This is probably the worst card. Man, we have so many wonky cards in this one. I love, like, I had to see it in action. And you can see that honestly Kaito Cunning Infiltrator is a very powerful card. If you can set it up, it's so hard to answer without like direct removal. Like, it's so tanky. And I'm doing this play. Bro, we can just go for this. No, it's better to just counter it, I believe. We can cycle so many cards. Let's go. We can cycle so many cards that we can keep trading for a while here. And every time they hit Kaito, they actually don't hit our face, so that's why the pay life clause on the fish is like way less scary. This is a decent draw. So we keep plussing. Do we need the 5th mana? I don't think we do. I think we can just chill like this. And don't forget, they're hitting Kaito, and we are hitting face, pumping Kaito every turn. Man, at some point we might get to the ultimate. And we need to own the creature. So I will try to make more fish if I can. If they go with something that is scary, we just Fear of Impostors, and we deal 6 damage on the next turn. Yeah, I think I will just play it normally, whatever they will do. They might be forced to be defensive soon. Bro, look, they dealt 0 damage basically. With the whole game with this Kirin. Okay, they have open mana. So they will do something at the end step probably. I will go with this to put more pressure because they are pretty low. And I think we might need mana for the next turn to counteract it. Even if they kill one creature, it's kinda the same, and now they will... That's fine, that's very good. See, we put the same pressure and they wasted the full turn. Land can be important. I could also make another ninja token. This will put even more pressure on them. Yeah, this is actually better. And now we can swing, get 2 loyalty. This will be at 3 again. And this might be the first time you have seen this in full action. And this card is actually pretty strong. Alright, I could play a land to play 2 cards. Yep, we kinda stunlock them on this. Right, opponent is going first. Not amazing for us, but we have some good card advantage cards. So if we get a little bit of breathing room in the early game, I think we can do a lot here. And we want to play Fountainport as late as possible, because this one requires triple blue. Alright, let's go. This is also a great target for this town, ain't big enough. And drawing cards is always nice. Alright. Okay, I think this is the main turn that our opponent needs to do something super scary. Outside of it, we should be completely fine. Alright, let's go. So what do we go right now for? We could play this. Elk. This might be a combo deck. I will go with this because I don't see black or red. White mana can be get lost. And this might be actually get lost. Alright, that's fine. That's still fine. We forced one of the responses. So I think they thought about playing this onto the Proft. Now we play Fountainport, and suddenly our opponent needs to start doing stuff. Because we'll make a fish and start using map tokens. Well, this is a card. This is a card. Let's counter it, shall we? For free, while also putting more stuff in the board. This provides only chorus mana. This is an annoying creature, but we can deal with it. And let's see... Well, alright. Well, as you can see, a lot of players really like scooping to this deck very quickly. However, that being said, and yes, this is the monster you are witnessing. As you can see, the deck is all over the place. So when I saw it, it was like, how the hell it won 6 games in a row, and I needed to try. And even though it looked nicely in the video, I wanted to showcase you all the fun games. However, I would absolutely not recommend crafting this deck for best of 1. I think you have like basically close to 0% chance to win against mono red. Is that like all the aggro decks, because you don't have removal and you don't have sweepers. As you have seen, you can kinda work around something with this town ain't big enough, but it's only literally 3 cards in your deck. Spectral Denial is also something for the early game, so you can at least counter one of the spells, but at some point you need to take over the game, clear the board, and Reverse Rebuke won't do it. You just don't have the right tools. So I consider it more of a fun deck, and also a huge like testament to basically how different best of 1 and best of 3 is. I still cannot believe that this went 6-0. You know, but maybe it's just matchmaking, you know. So I will tell you what cards managed to, you know, pull their weight and which felt absolutely useless, so you can at least get some value out of this video. And I think we could make mono blue in much more competitive, like best of 1 way, because I see a lot of room in this deck to be improved upon. So first things first, I don't want to make this outro too long, but this is something that just begs for, you know, analyzing it a little bit more, and I know you want a little bit more deck tech. So Reverse Rebuke, absolutely useless. I have never used it in single game. Oh, and by the way, just to be clear, you will D-rank with this deck, alright? Like, I D-rank personally, and I'm pretty sure you will as well if you see any kind of aggro in your games. And this is 6 mana, and a lot of decks actually want to have things bounce, and also Mono Red doesn't even care, they just replay everything, and they will be even ahead in mana, most likely, because you will get hit by 6 Swift Spears somehow. So absolutely not useful. Arcanis, nope. It's a cool card, I absolutely love it. I think the only real use of this card is Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So we put it into the graveyard and give this ability to every creature you have. We might make decks with this, because that's probably the only cool thing. And the art is absolutely amazing, so that's the biggest upside of this card. Archmage is actually a pretty strong card, but the problem is that it's 5 mana creature that doesn't instantly get you anything. However, if you pair it with a counterspell like Negate, you can start getting the value. I personally kinda like this card. The problem is that there's so much removal, and as a control deck you won't play too many creatures, that nearly every single time you play this instantly dies to go for the throat. So a good card held down by all the removal in the format for sure. Djinn, I didn't like it. I don't think it's very good. I would play the Hoti Djinn. I think it's just better and easier to cast as well, and you actually have a way to, like, tons of way to get the discount going. One of the heroes of this deck was actually Spectral Denial. This is the card that I enjoyed way more than I expected, and it saved me quite a bit of time. So this is, like, honestly the biggest upside or surprise of the deck so far. I need to play more with this card. It's not easy to have a creature. Unfortunately, as a lot of new cards, it always has a clause that pairs it with creatures, so control decks cannot use it really. But it's like a little bit of a worse syncopate because it doesn't exile, but with an upside. So if you pair it with like mono blue aggressive shell, this can be very strong card. C double, I don't see, not even double, I don't see a single one. This is a cool card. This makes absolutely zero sense to me. I would not play this. Enduring Curiosity in that spot would be tons better. Like, this is a fun card that is, you know, more for a very specific deck that can combo with this basically. So Kaito Cunning Infiltrator this card is very hard to protect, so it's also pretty weak in my opinion. However, it has potential. If you pair it with super aggressive deck, you can see how hard it is to, you know, get rid of, and you might get even to the emblem part because you stack so much loyalty. So this card actually has some potential. However, in most of the decks you usually have something better, and that's why we don't really see it. Winternight Stories. This card is very good. This card is very good, but another card that is fully tied to a creature, because otherwise you cannot get the full value, both with Harmonize and also the discard. So as a control player, I didn't get this one, but I guess it should go to this part. Fear of Impostors, it's a very cool card. It's an uncommon, so you can test it. I personally like it. It has the big downside of creating a creature for your opponent, which is better if they play creatures, because they can flip it up and get the creature. However, this one actually does something in specific decks. So this is, you know, a cool card that has a big downside, so it depends. And yeah, the one treasure map, absolutely, we don't need. This is a cool card, but super slow, and you need to tap out on turn 2, so we will take tons of damage. And here we are with more familiar deck list with all the control cards. I personally really like Greatshark. It's slow, but when it hits hard. Marang, yeah, I mean, you know the rest of the cards. And the Eidetic Memory in this deck, it's okay, but it doesn't really show you the full value. You don't have as many creatures, you don't have as much card draw, so I think it's okay. The biggest upside I had is using it with this town ain't big enough, so I can bounce it. Probably like the Djinn version with the classic mono blue, tons of counter spells, this 5 mana that draws cards for each island, and a lot of Marangs, this kind of stuff I think would be better. So guys, this is my personal opinion. I don't see this deck working too much, but I'm happy that for someone, absolutely not the case for me. And I hope you enjoyed this more of analytical approach to the deck. I felt this deck just asks for it. And tell me in the comments if you want to see more mono blue, because we can make a deck that is way more competitive for best of one, and I think there's some cool potential there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching until the end, and also thank you to all of our patrons that allowed us to, witness this monstrosity on the ladder. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for your support, and yeah, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.